Storm and Drong will be Layer 10 sales tomorrow from noon until 3. That's at Airport Freeway at Carson Street in Haltom City. You can register to win ticket T-shirts and Rough Riders tickets and check out Layer 10 Sales' huge selection of affordable laptop computers. All right, it is time now for the return of a very, very prominent local disc jockey. The local disc jockey known as Burrito Jimmy is back with us. Now, probably a little bit of setup is needed since Burrito Jimmy is not an everyday staple on this thing. Has it been a year?
It's been a year since the Mavericks playoffs last year.
Wow.
He always shows up during playoff time.
Pretty much, yeah. Too bad the playoffs are over.
Now, Burrito Jimmy, for as far as his infrequency goes, that's probably a good thing because he drives some people crazy. Some people hate this bit.
I know.
Me.
It's either love it or hate it, you know? But there's no way we're going to get to it, Danny. But anyway.
Not this segment?
There is no way. It's 8.5 minutes, man.
We'll start it now. Here it is, Burrito Jimmy.
No.
What?
All right, so Burrito Jimmy started.
Good radio.
I just don't want to sit through a 12-minute Corby setup.
Why not?
It's been a year, Danny.
Well, I remember it just fine like it was yesterday.
Well, I know, but we get a lot of new listeners around here, and they don't know what the hell's going on.
It's okay.
You know what?
We can push everything back.
They need to figure it out on their own a little bit quicker.
Bring the run sheet. We can push everything back.
Yeah.
It'll work out perfect.
Big deal. Chill out, man. So it started 4 or 5 years ago. He's a fake DJ who prank calls other media members concerning their team's, I guess, when they're playing the Mavericks or the Stars in the playoffs. So we'll get writers.
Patterned after the great Banana Joe.
Yeah. Burrito Jimmy was a ripoff of Banana Joe, who was the old K-Love DJ. So,
and all you're trying to do, I mean, this is a prank, but really all you're trying to do is get some kind of reaction.
Yeah, I just want him, really what you want is for the guy to hang up.
Which we've had done before.
Which happened with Bill Schoenig last year, the Spurs play-by-play guy.
The guy in New York didn't take well to Burrito Jimmy.
No, he didn't. No, he got mad at him.
Some people try to fight through it and just...
Yeah.
However, the guy in Minnesota did.
He did. I don't remember that.
Paul, wasn't he a victim of Burrito Jimmy? Paul Allen?
Yeah.
The guy that did the Vikings guy?
Yeah. So his crew, Burrito Jimmy, is just this real over-the-top DJ, and his crew consists of 4 people. Jive Talking Stu, who is really an unintelligible black guy who just kind of speaks and run-on sentences and real fast to the point where you can't understand him at all.
He sounds like Leon.
Yeah, it's Leon. Sammy the Spelunker, who has a horrible lisp.
But is pretty knowledgeable about sports.
Yes, he loves sports. He loves
sports. And he got a bad speech impediment.
By the way, so does Jive Talking Stu. He's really the sports nut on the show. And Mushmouth Tom.
Oh, no.
He's the guy that ruins the bit.
No.
He ruins the bit.
No.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't. He, let's just say that he takes the short bus to school. And you really can't understand him. You have to understand, though, Grego, that's the point of it. You think he ruins it because you can't understand him. That's what we want. We want the guy to be like, what the hell is this? That's the point. He can't ruin it. If it's annoying, then that's good. Because you want this to be so over the top and so ridiculous that the guy's like, what is going on?
But there comes a point where it's so ridiculous and so over the top that it's just not funny.
Okay. Well,
what about Whistling Pete? Is he back?
No, he's not.
See, that's too
many. That's too much.
How about the professor? Is he in on this?
The professor is in.
Excellent. Well, then it's all worthwhile.
Now, the professor, if you don't like Mushmouth Tom, you'll like his handler, the professor, because Mushmouth is always in a cage. And the professor is there. He's kind of his wrangler. He makes sure that he's sedated when he needs to be, or... Yeah, he just kind of takes care of it.
All right, so now what do? You call members of the media in other cities where the Mavericks are playing the playoffs.
I'll tell you what happened this last time, like Sacramento.
Right.
Okay, so I called Sacramento, and I actually got the play-by-play guy of the Kings to come on.
You basically lie.
I lie. I say, hey, our little sister, I tell them my name, that I'm from the ticket, and everybody knows what the ticket is. But I tell them this isn't for the ticket, it's for our little sister rock station. And they just want to talk to someone for a couple of minutes about the series, about the game or whatever. And normally people are fairly accommodating. So I talk.
Do you use the bone?
Yeah, I use the bone.
Oh, they hate it when you do that.
I know. So the play-by-play guy for the Kings, he was like, oh, I don't know if I have time. And then I go, well, and I don't know why I said this. I go, well, Mark Followell, do you know him, the Mavericks play-by-play guy? And he's like, yeah. I go, well, he really recommended you for this.
Oh,
good gosh.
I hope Mark's on vacation and not listening.
My.
So you've really lied your ass off.
So Gordon and I are sitting next to each other, and Gordon goes, why did you just do that? And I was thinking about it. I was like, man, I can't do that. So I called him back like 5 minutes later, and I go, man, we have a Cowboys press conference scheduled for when we were going to have you on.
You lied again.
Yes, I did, Greg, and I'm not proud of it, but I felt bad. So we ditched him.
Mm-hmm.
So then it was a matter of trying to get another guy on, which we did fairly quickly. We got a writer on from somewhere out there. And he was ready to, he's like, oh, yeah,
Sacramento
sure.
Bee?
No, it was something else. You'll hear it in a bit. I already forgot his name. But it's, before we play it, too, we tried to pull a new gag. I thought it'd be funny to play a return song, a cut coming back from a certain artist, and then act like that guy. We were playing it because he had died. So we wanted the guy to be like, oh, my God, this guy died? But that really didn't work out like we planned either. But that's it. That's all the setup you need.
All right, so armed with that setup, armed with that information, and against that backdrop, we will hear the fine work of Burrito Jimmy.
And you shan't be disappointed either.
Next.
Sports.
Got anything further for us?
No, just remember that this actually didn't happen, what we do at the beginning of this bit. We just tried to make this guy believe that this guy had actually died. That didn't really work.
Wow. All right, let's listen to Burrito Jimmy.
Welcome back, everybody. It's 11:45 here on 93.3 The Bone. Burrito Jimmy and crew. Everybody's here today. Okay.
Glad to be here.
Okay. Unfortunately, we had some bad news today, and the passing of Rod Stewart at the age of 57. So we're all saddened by that, and we'll continue to hold a good thought for everybody in his world, I guess, is what we're trying to say. Anyway, the news of the day is the Dallas Mavericks, and they're out of the playoffs. They played the Kings last night. And to talk about the game last night is Rick Brewer. He's a writer for the Stockton Record. Yay! Hey, Rick.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Fine, thanks. A little early for us, got home about 1, so got about 5 hours sleep with my 4-year-old waking me up, but we're all right, I guess.
Were you partying?
Well, no, not necessarily. I think the Kings were, but we had to get the job done first.
I hear you. Now, are the Kings, I mean, they have to be happy with the way they played last night. Do you see this team as a team that can contend later on here?
Well, I think they have a chance, certainly, but, there's obviously quite a few very good teams remaining. I think if Minnesota wins tonight, then they'll play Minnesota in the second round. And then the winner of that has to play either the Lakers or the Spurs. And I think everybody right now would think San Antonio. That may be hard to hear in Dallas, but San Antonio is probably playing the best of anybody right now.
What's the deal with my little brother and Mark Cuban? Is there something going on between the two, or why there's no black players in the NBA?
Yeah, I don't know. Those guys seem to go all over the planet to find players, whether it be from, Europe, Lithuania, all the different places. But
why are there no black owners in the
NBA? Guys to hang around with, I think.
Rick, why are there no black owners in the NBA?
Well, there's one now. The new owner of the Charlotte Bobcats is a guy named Bob Johnson, who owns the Black Entertainment Television Network, and he is going to be the first black owner in the NBA. Their team comes in next season.
I read an article with you basically accused him of stealing that team.
Yeah. Well, the other group that wanted that team was headed up by Larry Bird, and I think a lot of people thought that
He's white.
Long association with the with the NBA, he might have gotten that, but I think that everything was on the up and up. In fact, I talked with Gavin Maloof, who was on the committee that voted for Bob Johnson. So I don't think there was any stealing going on. I think he won it fair and square, and it should be very interesting and good thing for the NBA.
Rick.
That's all I hear is diarrhea coming out of your mouth.
Shut up. Sammy, would you like to ask him a question?
Well, Rick, turning back to Sacramento Kings, first of all, I've watched the Kings all this year, and I don't know about you, but I really miss Tito Turkey Glue. Do you miss Tito Turkey Glue on the Kings?
Yeah, very much so. Not only was he a good player, but a good guy and actually a good friend of mine, and I think he added
a good friend. Whoa.
That's all I hear. Diarrhea coming out.
Wait, what? You're a good friend of Tito Turkey Glue?
Well, I'd like to think so. Yeah, we had some, good conversations, good times. A good young guy, and I like him a lot.
Hey, is Mike Bibby, is he white? And if not, or if so, how do you know and why, if not?
I don't know. I think he's mixed. I think there's a couple of guys on the Kings that are a little mixed breed there, and but I can't. I don't know for sure. I don't have their passports.
You're talking about breeds like they're animals, right?
What about Vlade Divac? Does he really smell as bad as we imagine him to smell?
Well, it depends on how many cigarettes he's had, between timeouts and after the game. So, it depends. If you catch him at the right time and you're on the downwind side of him, he can be okay.
Hang on, Mushmouth. Would you like to ask Rick a question? Now, you behave, okay? You behave. Go ahead.
Yes.
I love you so much. Will you please love me?
I'll do my best, my absolute best.
Will you?
Rick, just say you love him.
I love you.
Listen, can we get this about right here?
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Can we get about that? Rick, does this team have a shot to win it all, and if not, are they moving the races?
I don't know if they have it to win it all this year. I didn't pick them to beat Dallas. I'm kind of surprised they did.
But out of Maloof's racer.
I'm sorry?
Out of Maloof's racer.
I don't know. I think the Maloofs, they want to win pretty bad.
What? Well, there's not a lot of black guys on the team.
Not as many. That's right. I think at some point yesterday there were, 5 white guys on the Kings. It's not easy to win without black talent in the NBA.
Rick, I love you, Rick.
Thank you.
Why don't you love me?
I do.
Why don't you love me? You love me all the way to the tank?
All the way.
I wrote a poem for you because I love you so much. Would you like to hear my poem?
Rick, would you like to hear his poem?
He really needs to get this poem off his chest.
Please.
The poem that I wrote for you, Rick. When I killed the rabbit, it screamed so loud. The blood came out, and I was so proud. Now I kill you. I kill you hard. You hear me? I'm gonna kill you.
Rick?
That's good stuff. E.E. Cummings.
E.E.
Seriously, Rick, does Sacramento see themselves as serious players as we head on to this postseason, or are they snake bit in the second season? They can't seem to get to the final.
Shut up, Mushmouth. Shut up.
Me talking. That's someone no hitting.
Shut up, Mushmouth. Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah. I think they think that they can win it all. I mean, they think they can. I don't think they can, but 2 years ago I think it was their best chance, and they didn't do it.
Mushmouth, no! Get in your cage! Mushmouth, get in your cage! Professor, do something, Professor! Professor, do something!
Mushmouth, I knew this day would come. Stand back, burrito!
Mushmouth, down!
You're shocking me! You're shocking my retarded body!
Okay, come on. Stay in your cage. Shut up. Calm down. Stop shooting. Stop shooting him! Stop shooting him!
Watch out for the anal leakage. He's leaking now.
No more shooting. God. Good Lord. Okay, Rick, we appreciate the time.
I'm sorry, Burrito. I had to do it.
That's okay, Professor. We had to contain him. He's slow. Now, Rick, would you like to make a prediction on how far the Kings will go?
I think that they're probably going to lose
Shut
the
up!
next round.
Stop shooting him!
To Minnesota.
Stop shooting him! Stop shooting him!
It's tough love, Mushmouth. Get used to it.
Okay, Rick. We'll see you later.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That's so disturbing.
Wow.
Not funny.
Oh, my God, that's hilarious.
Not funny. One funny line. Stand back, Burrito.
God, I'll tell you what it is. It's exhausting.
Yeah. It's hard to listen to.
Can you imagine being on the other end of that, though? Being the guy who's just like...
Fighting through that?
Yeah.
That guy was a trooper, man, fighting through that.
Man, after that, all you want to do is go to bed.
I want to get that guy on tomorrow and talk to him and ask him what was going through his mind.
You should have seen how chaotic it was in there in the end when everyone's screaming and we're shooting lasers at each other.
It had to be done.
Who runs the board during that?
Me.
Anybody? You?
Yeah.
So you're just hitting lasers?
Yeah.
Thought Mickey was going to pop in with some Cowboys points. Keys to the game.
Gosh. All right, there's Burrito Jimmy for this year, I guess.
He's been reduced to once a year.
Tell you what, if we hear him again this year, things are going to be really good.
Boy, they sure
Oh, yeah,
are.
that's true.
They're going to be really good if we hear him again this year.
All right, Sopranos talk is next here on The Ticket.
Who's...
Good times.
Always funny.
You never know who he'll be talking to. He's the old cusser, he's cussing all day. His favorite words. Hey, overcusser, overcusser.
That was a good way to do it.
Overcusser, 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 overcusser,
Well, look who is here out of the Nelson. Wow, how about this?
Got him a house party pass?
How? I'd like to know.
I got a lot of clout in these parts. I'll tell you that right
Obviously,
now.
you must. Well, it's the overcusser. Boy, we haven't seen you in a while. Since what, the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it's been since January. It's been a while, man.
Kind of coincides with the FCC.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, man, they put a damper on. I mean, they really have.
Yeah, man, they've messed up your scene, haven't they?
So let us just issue this statement while we're talking about the FCC. Editing is different nowadays, too. So if you have a curse word on the air, basically you have to edit out the entire curse word. Okay, so it leaves very little to the imagination.
So what are you saying here?
I'm saying that
Your style has been
I mean, yeah, that's what I meant. It leaves a lot to the imagination. Yeah, my style's been cramped. Damn right it has.
But it had to be done. But they got you down, but they didn't eliminate you, did they?
I guess not.
No.
I mean,
Although they might.
my stops may be more and more infrequent as the year goes along until we root out the idiots up there on Capitol Hill, and maybe things will change a little bit. That's all I'm saying. If you like the overcusser the way it used to be, maybe you should go vote Democrat this time. Huh? How about that?
Boy, what a solid Democratic platform point that is.
Going there, I won't cussing, so I'm voting Democrat.
Hey, you know what? That didn't get your ass out to the polls. I don't know what does.
Well, what do you got for us today out here at the Nelson? Have you been consorting with golf once again?
Yes, I have. Now, we've been very lucky in the past with golfers, and the way that they cuss back. You may think that golfers are a tightly wound bunch.
Oh, they're cussers.
Yeah, they really are. They really are.
Because they play that very frustrating game, and, you know, the cuss words just come out.
I remember Brent Geiberger here a few years back who joined in the cussing.
Right.
I remember Jesper Parnevik who right in the middle of the interview just turned and said, I'm getting the effing hang of this now, and just started letting fly.
Right.
So the golfer has been very accommodating as far as cussing back to me, said
The
other
overcusser.
cusser. Yes. This time I ran into a guy who has won a major championship before, who has won, gosh, I think he's won almost 10 times on tour now. His name is David Toms. There are 2 items you need to know about David Toms before we get into this interview. 1, I guess I already said it, he's a major winner. 2, he won the PGA, and the second thing you need to know is he posed for, he and his wife were in Sports Illustrated together.
Hot wife?
Nude?
Well, no. Yes, his wife is very hot. Very hot.
Professional golfer, and he makes millions of dollars.
She was in a bikini. He was in
Nude.
Dockers and a Titleist cap.
As they all are.
Yes. So, armed with that info.
All right, ground control.
Beautiful backdrop.
Yes.
Boy, this is nice. You guys had a nice day out here, huh?
Boy, we have.
And once again,
This
You
is our
enjoyed this party?
This is Hardline Proper. This is our White House.
blame the FCC for the total editing of the curse words.
Okay, were you going to say hello to the rest of the crew?
I haven't seen you in a while.
No.
Boy, you
Listen,
are...
I'm pretty pissed.
That's a rude guest.
Yeah, I'm not a happy guy. You know, they've cut into my livelihood.
All right,
I'm
well,
used to making 6 figures. No more.
Let's listen to the overcusser and ground control to David Toms.
All right, check.
all right, so we are
Here with David
Toms.
PGA champion David Toms.
Does that,
Still freak you the out hearing that?
Yeah, you're right, it does. You know, it's funny that, you know, it does freak me out just because, you know, you work so hard to do something and for it finally to come true, it was a career of a lifetime.
Can I hear you, man? You're from Louisiana, right?
yeah, right.
And what college you go to?
I went to Louisiana State University.
Oh,
Me and my own
dirty.
Let me give you a hearty
Oh,
from all my fellow Sooner fans.
you know what?
They can kiss my ass, too.
Were you there? Yeah.
I was. Hell yeah, I was.
Were you just freaking out then? Were you more
Happy.
seeing LSU beat
And OU are winning the
PGA?
You know what?
That is a close
All right there.
I tell you, it was unbelievable.
Now, do you, your pants coming out here looking at all this trim? I mean, it's everywhere.
It is everywhere, and I don't know about the back of my pants, but the front of my pants.
She's like, that's pretty good.
Now, are you married?
I am, but I think she probably even enjoys the scenery.
Dude.
An idiot, man. I mean, there's so much out here. You got to be just scratching your constantly.
I spent a lot of time on the putting green this week.
That's for sure.
Now,
Correct me if I'm
wrong, but didn't you show your or something? The Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition?
You know what? My wife did the first one, and I was just in regular golf clothes, and a spoof in Golf Digest, and it put me in this old-timey bathing suit, and it was a nut-hugging deal, and my wife got to wear golf clothes, and I look queer in it for sure.
That's classy. That's very classy. So what are your chances out here? How's your game going?
Oh,
Man, you know what?
it's been sucking, really, but
Yeah,
I had a better day. Been working hard on it, and I like my chance. You're right.
You know what helps? Is just grab your and say, I'm going to win this bitch. Let me hear you say it.
I am going to win this.
Bitch, for sure.
All right, David.
Appreciate the time, man.
Do we have a new winner?
Boy, it didn't take him long to get into the swing of things, did it?
No.
One answer.
Laughing hysterically
Who
through
was,
the whole
who
time.
was the guy? We don't remember his name, but the guy for the Baltimore Ravens. Remember that guy that really got into it?
Oh, the guy that had a, what was it, a star necklace or a...
Oh, yeah.
that's a
Washington.
I don't remember his name, but I think this guy, David Toms rivals him, don't you guys?
Yeah, that's
Pretty close.
I mean, he got into it and just flowed.
He liked the major cuss words and the minor cuss
He
words,
did.
too.
I bet he's wearing some nut huggers.
Right.
Look at clear.
That is genius.
Wow, man, that's a good cussing. Some
Yeah.
strong cussing. You know, your own cussing's really improving, too.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't know
How it can get much better, but
you seem to always.
please raise your game to a new level.
And I got to tell you,
The extra editing, and there was a lot more noticeable editing, it doesn't really take away from it. That
Doesn't?
No,
that makes
no,
me
I
feel
didn't
better.
think
so.
Makes me feel better, Greg. Okay.
No,
But your craft is fairly safe.
yeah.
Maybe I'm back in business,
They
maybe.
haven't tampered with you. Boy, they tried to keep you down. overcuss her, but they couldn't do it.
They can't, can they?
No,
They
because
can't.
we're playing within their rules, and they can't keep you down.
Let me give a hearty shout-out to the guys back at the studio. Donnie,
That's Danny.
Carl,
That's Danny. When I was no Carl, that's Danny and Kevin Scott.
Remember him? Yeah, Pete.
No.
Hey,
no,
guys.
No,
No, there's no Pete.
Crazy Pete.
no, it's not Crazy Pete.
Psycho
But see,
Dave.
Oh.
Is there anything?
It didn't harm your content.
No, it didn't.
All right. Okay.
Where's good stuff, man?
Yeah, thanks, man.
Well, I'll see you around soon then.
Well, hopefully
See,
you will.
The Republicans,
See, you'll be out
For the rest of the tournament?
I might be, yeah.
see, the Republicans aren't that
Nate.
bad.
Aren't they?
So maybe you'll vote Republican,
I don't
right?
think so.
All right, well, maybe we'll see you around.
Maybe
I'll
I'll
get the Colonial next week.
Really?
Maybe.
All right, very good.
Snake. What?
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, too.
All right,
There he goes.
the overcusser.
Where's Otto?
Oh, no.
Can I get a new song? Don't I request that every time?
Yeah, this is a good song.
Actually, we have a new song.
Yes,
Yep.
We do?
Yeah, we do.
You'll be talking to easy overcusser.
God. That's a good job.
Nice play, Pete.
Good timing.
Pete.
So you're right. We'll play your new song for you.
Okay.
All right, there goes the
Overcusser. And coming up next, it appears
I'm
Well,
confused.
She says it's a high-pitched, greatly exaggerated inhale
After the laugh,
that
right?
inevitably follows his laughing outbursts, which what you just did there would qualify.
Right. See, that would have
That's
let,
edited.
if she would have let that play out, though, you would have heard.
She's
Do we have that in full form?
See, she's probably talking about the live laugh, not the ones that we've
Right.
made into a drop.
Right.
So we've obviously got to make you, we've got to say something funny where you'll laugh and we get a live laugh, which we can't do.
Maybe the pterodactyl long laugh has a trailer on it. You know, where we actually set it up.
God, we're grown men talking about, and we've now labeled laughs the pterodactyl.
Well, it's when Grego screwed up or Reiner screwed
I
up.
did.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. What'd you screw up on? We can find it in there because we have the whole thing. You remember what it was?
I can't remember.
You remember what it was, Psycho?
All right, we're installing headphones on.
Oh,
this
yeah,
gentleman
now
right
I
here.
do remember.
Let's call him Smokey. He wants to remain anonymous.
Oh, you want to remain anonymous? Here, take
Grab
the
the
microphone.
mic. You
Take
gotta grab the
microphone.
mic.
Okay,
Are you on? Go ahead, talk.
speak to us.
All right. Well,
All right, well,
wait.
first of all, do you wish to remain anonymous?
I do.
All right, what is your name?
I'm Smokey. Come on now, I'm Smokey.
I don't think I
That
had
was
it.
it.
Oh.
What a great moment in sports history.
What? My faux pas or the laugh?
No, it wasn't even a half a second. Now, you want to remain anonymous. What's your name? Amazing. Hey, we're all headed there.
Yep.
After asking the guy 3 times if he wished to remain anonymous. See, that deserved the pterodactyl.
It did.
There's no question that deserved it. Something that
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That was a gusto laugh, too, man.
Boy, that
Full
was
throttle, anything goes laugh.
that was wide open, man.
God. Does that drive people nuts, or are they laughing too?
I think at first it drove them nuts, but I think it's funny now.
Either
Because
that or
we've-
maybe it was funny at first, now it drives
Driving
them
them
nuts.
65,000
Well, no,
times.
since we've labeled it,
How many times has the ticket pterodactyl been played?
because now you got to picture this big prehistoric giant bird with your head on it. Just every time they play that, just swooping in and flying
Right.
in a room.
Grabbing a giant egg.
Yeah, conducting a flyby in here and sending out that little sounder. Oh, good times. Well, let's gear up for the 2-minute drill.
I'm not sure.
Well,
Go either way.
one of the shows that will be debuting is Method and Red, a comedy starring rappers Method Man and Red Man.
This will fail.
And this is on Fox?
Yes.
America is not ready for the rapper sitcom.
You will have the Simple Life Part 2, Road Trip. starring Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie, which I don't understand. They're not trying to do anything. They're not gaining points or kicking off anyone. They're just there doing stupid things.
Just rich people in a funny situation.
Same thing he did in the
Funny
first
setting.
show. But wasn't that a bonanza for Fox?
That was. You have The Billionaire, Branson's Quest for the Best, in which Virgin founder Richard Branson basically tries to pull a Donald Trump and Mark Cuban.
No originality.
Well, you know what? We're going to run out of reality shows pretty soon. This will all be over.
I thought it would have been over by now.
You know what? The last standing reality shows will be American Idol, The Bachelor, and Survivor. Those are your big three.
I bet Survivor outlasts them all.
You think?
Yeah. Really at the
Greg, what? Go say it again.
It's not
Greg.
like when the game is
well, go ahead.
Really at the
Well, you're really confused.
No, I was talking about the game.
Oh,
the game. You know, the game. It is.
As far as The Office goes, everyone's favorite Brit comedy, it is not eligible for this year's Emmy Awards because it falls one...
Can I interject something here?
Go ahead, Greg.
Go ahead.
It's not like when the game is
well, you don't have much, man. For
really at the
really passionate about interjecting something, and you just... Sorry about that, man.
Kind of trailed off.
Yeah.
Anyway, Greg, you interrupted me. I'll continue. The Office will not be eligible for the Emmy Awards because it falls one short of the mandatory 6-episode quantification rule.
That's cocky.
Yeah, it is.
Go ahead and say, oh, by the way, it's not eligible. You know what? Let's see a few episodes if it's even worthy.
Oh, that show blows away anything else that's nominated. Doesn't matter what's up. That show blows it away.
You know,
you're talking about the British one.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one we talked about yesterday.
Oh, no,
the American.
No. The British one.
Oh, I can think of a couple guys that need to be nominated for Best Actor on that.
Yes. The Boss, for sure.
That guy is
I think
genius.
Doesn't he co-write that? Ricky Gervais, is that his name?
I don't know.
He plays David Brent in that.
I don't know.
And the guy that plays, what's it, Garth or?
Gareth Keener.
God.
The dude with that huge honker.
And just ridiculous alien look.
Funny show, man. Very funny show. A concert that we can all embrace is Whitney Houston. We'll
Can I
tour
interject
with...
something here?
Go ahead, Greg.
It's not like when the game is really at the
At the what?
It is.
It's what?
It is.
It's what?
The
what
game
is this?
God, man.
The game is.
You're so passionate about this game.
Right.
And you really want to interject something here.
Because it is.
Well, Greg, can you hang on?
To tell you, it is.
Let me finish here. Whitney Houston will tour with Natalie Cole and Dionne Warwick.
Wow.
Yeah, are you interested?
This is the Prozac-addled sister tour, isn't it?
Now, we should do What Went Wrong with Dionne Warwick, but I'm afraid we can pinpoint it right now. It's when she started going off into...
oh, she was one that was doing the infomercials, wasn't she?
Info psychic lady.
Well, she can sing, though.
Can she?
Yeah.
It starts in Germany, and it's going to make its way around here. All right. Standalone. We'll get to this one first, the standalone. And this is a classic Grego freakout. Unbeknownst to him, the other day, he decided that it'd be a good idea to ride his bicycle up to work. You know where we're going with this?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
You know what we need to do? Let's listen to this audio after this segment, and let's get to the other stuff that we have, because we have so much in a limited amount of time, okay?
Okay. That's okay. No problem. All right. So let's move on to Robot Grego. And, of course, we need to give an example for all our new listeners exactly what Robot Grego is. Go ahead and play the long version of Fry Street just to remind everyone it's where Grego is in normal speaking tone, and then he breaks into monotone Robot Grego just out of the blue.
Whip 8!
Yeah.
You know what? You know, the mayor and the police chief in Denton got rid of Fry Street. Maybe the mayor in Dallas and the police chief ought to get rid of this.
You just see the arms get stiff and start making chopping motions when he says that.
Fry Street.
Will that ever not be funny? That in particular one?
That is
For me, that's the King Robot Grego moment of all time.
Well, Grego, you've been on a roll lately.
Have I?
Yes.
Yeah, we got a lot of them here, so let's get to them.
Well, good. I can hardly wait.
This is during the discussion of best sitcom songs, and we were talking about Mary Tyler Moore and the odd things that people in the 70s wore. Number 2, this is my favorite sitcom song of all time, without question.
Mary Tyler Moore.
Yes.
You might just make it after all.
Does this not reek of 1972 or whatever?
Wide lapels.
You know who sings this, Greg?
Do I?
Yeah.
Did you hear me acknowledge it with a laugh like immediately afterwards?
With the wide lapel.
Yeah.
It's too bad that's covered up by Mary Tyler Moore music.
Could you not hear it?
No, we could hear it. You could hear it. I'm just saying it's doesn't make for a very good drop.
Wide lapels.
You kidding me?
Wide lapels.
That's not that robotic, though.
What? You don't think that is?
No, that's pretty conversational.
I think that's just bad speaking on my part. That's all y'all doing, making fun because I can't talk very well.
No, we're not making fun of you. That's mean. All right, the next...
Yeah, y'all'd never be mean.
We're just having fun with you.
Right.
Having fun.
See?
The next one is...
Don't let them tell you they're laughing with you, Grego.
I know,
they're not.
they're laughing at me, but what can I do? Kill them? That's an option.
Is when Mike and Greg are discussing the Cowboys stadium proposal.
I mean, by the time they come around to the, what do they call it in there? When they draft the agreement, they call it something in their proposal.
Execute the memorandum.
But it's a memorandum of something. See, that's not that robotic either.
Listen to it by itself.
Execute the memorandum.
It's just
I don't hear that.
No. That is not that robotic. There's a little bit of there's too much inflection there. Listen to Fry Street. There's no inflection whatsoever there.
Fry Street. Execute the memorandum.
Well, I just got a million emails on that, so I had to include it. And by the way, I didn't hear any of these. These are all from the P1s, Greg.
Oh, I know. They hate me.
All right, the next one is you guys are talking about...
I'm trying to defend you here.
I noticed that. I do notice that. I appreciate it.
You guys were talking about the Grapettes and how they were out at a remote.
Well, the elusive Grapette has made its way out here, Grego.
Oh, man.
Look at it there.
I know it.
All purple and fizzing and bubbly. And
taunting
good.
you?
Yes, it is taunting me.
Talking to us.
Veiny.
That's right. Now, that was robotic.
Talking to us.
Even I'll admit that one.
Let's hear it.
Talking to us. Talking to us.
All right.
All right. The next one is...
Can't defend that.
No. And don't even try. Talking to us.
But when you get a real one, you know it, and it sure is funny.
Next one, you guys were talking, we're at Champs during the Cinco de Mayo celebration. Now, I'm wondering if everyone is out here because it's Cinco de Mayo, if they're just out here enjoying Champs. Do people know that it's Cinco de Mayo? Is that my job?
It's a quality bar, I know that.
Well, here's two pretty girls.
Coming to Champs.
Girls.
I love coming to Champs, too. There's
Great place.
It's a great
Absolutely.
place.
Great place to eat, great place to drink. I'm here a lot. Don't even try, Ron.
A Champs review by Robot Grego. Let's hear it. A short
Great place to eat, great place to drink.
Pretty robotic.
And then at the end, I liked it a lot.
A restaurant, great place to eat, great place to drink.
All right,
the next two, I'm pretty sure that they are definite robots because I did hear these when they occurred. This is during our deal breaker talk where we were talking about whether or not what characteristic would make us force a breakup with a woman, and I know this is robotic.
You don't like the woman that likes to hear her head rattle?
No, I do not.
Small talk and chit-chat.
Right.
Yeah, I think we all noticed that.
Small talk and chit-chat.
Listen and see if there's a laugh right afterwards. You don't like the woman that likes to hear her head rattle?
No, I do not.
Small talk and chit-chat.
Right.
Was that you, Danny, laughing?
Yeah, I did notice that one. I forgot. That's the one that I picked out. You don't like the woman that likes to hear her head rattle?
No, I do not.
Small talk and chit-chat.
Right.
Right.
All right, and then
Small talk and chit-chat.
Yes, Greg.
and then we were talking about the new Jason Alexander show that's kind of a rip-off of Tony Kornheiser's life, the sports writer, from Pardon the Interruption.
It's more going to be on his life, though.
Yeah, it's about his life.
It's about Tony Kornheiser. It's going to be more about him being a sports writer and then working for that Pardon the Interruption and just his whole scene. Apparently, he's got a pretty weird family.
What's so funny, Corby?
Just a little robot popped up.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
You kind of, where
was it? There were several in there.
Yeah, that was a weird one because you started, I think I have a middle one labeled actually in there, Psycho, because you started speaking normally. I broke these up into 3 parts.
Grego might have caught himself there.
No, you didn't cut these.
Yeah, I did. This is the one I did cut, Danny. The Pardon the Interruption. When I cut it, there's 3 of them in there.
Okay.
Do you see that, Psycho?
You going up?
You see it?
He sees it.
Okay.
Yeah, we see it.
All right,
We are a professional radio station.
Yeah, we are.
Not really.
Because if you listen to the original, listen to the original one.
That's right. I remember reading about this.
Oh, God.
Actually, it's more going to be on his life, though.
Yeah, it's about his life.
It's about Tony Kornheiser. It's going to be more about him being a sports writer and then working for that Pardon the Interruption and just his whole scene. Apparently,
I mean, you can tell when he definitely goes in to robot. I mean, he starts speaking, and it's like right when he says sports writer, the next sentence is just like fully robotic.
Okay.
Pardon the Interruption. It's about Tony Kornheiser. It's going to be more about him being a sports writer and then working for that Pardon the Interruption.
That's got a little too much inflection in it, though.
Yeah, it does. But you know what? It's a perfect response for a previous
Can I interject
robot.
something here? Pardon the Interruption.
Because that way he can interject and then apologize for interrupting.
Right.
Can I interject something here?
Go ahead, Greg.
Great place to eat, great place to drink.
Oh, is it?
Pardon the interruption.
Oh, no problem. No problem. He interrupts with a Champs review and then apologizes. We appreciate that.
Can I interject something here? Great place to eat, great place to drink. Pardon the interruption.
He has different pitches, you know.
Yeah.
You're really talented.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
All right, so are you going to go edit that?
Yeah.
Greco freak out?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is juicy.
All right, I guess we're going to hear that next here on the ticket. Wide lapels. The ticket. Bring out today. Right, we were a little while ago, and we just ran through a bunch of robot Grego, but we've got something else here.
Right.
Can I interject something here?
Go ahead,
Greg.
Pardon the interruption.
No problem. How long is it going to take for that to get old?
Never. All right, so Grego rode his bicycle up in which, for the very first time, you saw your 16-year-old daughter drive off into the sunset without any parental supervision.
Love you, Daddy.
Yes.
Was it not odd?
It was very odd.
Were you a little depressed?
I have had better moments than that.
Has there been any more moments where she's taking the car by herself?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, for the first time today, she drove herself to school.
Uh-oh.
In whose automobile?
Her mother's.
Ooh.
The
Bentley.
This is the first time that...
the Bentley.
The Bentley?
Right.
Bentley. Now, I've always driven her to school. I mean, that's always been...
That's, daddy-daughter time.
Right. That's always
kind of your
been
time.
That's always been our time together. Although,
where you get one word out of her?
Right, where I get guttural consonant sounds out of
Shoulder shrugging and rolling of the eyes.
Right. The heavily put upon sigh. and that rapier in her arsenal, the one-word answer.
Well, thanks
But I
to...
guess that's gone now.
You know, she better be a little bit nicer to you these days and give you a little bit more than one-word answers, because aren't you controlling the automobile scene now? Whether she drives yours,
how I'm controlling it.
whether she's driving your automobile or Renee's, or perhaps that getting her own automobile's on the horizon.
Well, thanks to the
Miracle.
modern technological miracle known as solar miking.
Solar mic.
Yeah, we ain't hooked up to the
Known
sun.
as making stuff up.
Why do you need a solar mic?
You'll see.
It works good. We were able to pick up that fateful day when Jordan took off for the first time alone in her automobile.
First off, forget everything you learned in driver's ed. That stuff was a bunch of crap.
Okay, Daddy, I totally trust you. I mean, you're so old. You must know, like, everything in the whole wide world, which is awesome. Even more awesome than the OC, which is totally awesome, but not as awesome as you, Daddy. One time, me and my friend, Jasmine, we were watching the OC, and I said, my daddy is more awesome than the show. And Jasmine was like, oh, my God, no way. The OC is so awesome. And I said, so's my daddy.
All right,
Daddy,
listen,
you're so awesome.
listen. I get the idea.
What do you mean?
Okay, all right. First things first, fasten your seatbelt. And always make sure your diarrhea bag isn't in the way of the deploying airbag.